Hello, Adam Zaghloul here, Vice President, Strategy and Planning for NTG Clarity. So all of the quarters that we've announced so far for 2023 have been record-setting when it comes to revenue growth. And our outsourced professional services offering has been what's been primarily responsible for that growth. So I wanted to use this video to take a little bit more of a detailed view into what we do when it comes to outsourcing. So when I presented our investor deck in a previous video, I went over this slide. For this video, we're going to be focusing on the left-hand side, which is our professional services outsourcing. It makes up about 85% of our revenue with about a 37% gross margin. And like I said, it's what's been primarily responsible for our recent revenue growth. So what does professional services outsourcing mean? It's basically our customers hiring NTG employees to do digital transformation work for them. And that typically takes the form of IT, telecom, and software development work, either offshore or on their site, which is custom software development, systems integration, and training that comes along with it. Going into a little bit more detail about the scope of the offering, NTG provides resources to fill roles for the entire end-to-end software development process. So that's developers of all kinds, front-end, back-end, and full stack, solution architects, business analysts, project managers, designers for user interfaces and user experiences, as well as testing staff, quality assurance, quality control, and then development operations, DevOps, to deploy and maintain the software itself. We also offer pretty flexible engagement structures. So I mentioned it can either be on-site or offshore. On-site means at or near the customer's office, their site. It can be in-person, hybrid, or remote, depending on what the customer is looking for. Whereas offshore means based out of our Egypt offshore center, working for customers abroad in other countries. So there's a picture on the right-hand side at the bottom here that shows some of the staff that work in our Egypt offshore center. And this offer is especially compelling because it can offer up to 50% savings for customers when you compare to on-site staff. So we also offer pretty flexible contract durations. So whether a customer is looking for a smaller project that may only take a couple of days, or all the way up to a large-scale digital transformation project that may take years, or anything in between, we can support with projects like that. So now that we've talked about what outsourcing means, I want to talk about why our customers would want to outsource with a company like NTG as opposed to just hiring their own internal teams. And it really comes down to building the right team with less capital and less administrative work. So when you work with NTG, you get access to our pre-qualified talent network with thousands of potential candidates. And a lot of these potential candidates are available to start work immediately. So they have last-minute availability, as opposed to waiting a few weeks to a few months for your preferred candidate to become available to work. We have a lot of candidates that are ready to get to work immediately. And this means less administration. So our customers get an experienced and knowledgeable team member onboarded on their team. And NTG handles headhunting and recruiting, paying for taxes, holidays, and vacations, office and equipment for offshore staff. And you can see on the right-hand side some more pictures of some of our staff working in our Egypt offshore center. And we also take care of payments associated with end-of-service entitlements. So all of that is wrapped into one contract price that our customers pay, and they get to focus on their team and their technology. So that saves time and money. So like I mentioned, time saved on the recruiting and human resources processes. There's also a higher time to value because we can get candidates that can start right away. And like I mentioned, we have competitive rates for all of our staff, but especially offshore, where the savings can be up to 50% when compared to on-site. So now, what are the benefits with working with NTG specifically? And it really comes down to NTG being a long-term technology partner for our customers. So we have more than 30 years of experience in the digital transformation space. And we're not out to make a quick buck or make a quick sale. We really want to set our customers up for sustainable long-term growth and success. And that shows with many of our clients working with us for 10 to 15 years or more. We also offer local management. So many competitors, once the deal is closed, the account management is offshored too, and it can leave customers feeling a little bit isolated and out of touch. But even if we're working with offshore staff, NTG tries to have local management present so that you can always meet with or at least call somebody in your time zone local to you to solve any problems or answer any questions. And NTG also offers a lot of talent mentorship. So our candidates are part of a professional community with more than 650 staff working for our customers. This means that mentorship, collaboration, problem-solving opportunities with their experienced colleagues are always available. You can see on the right-hand side some pictures from our Egypt Offshore Center. And while there's lots of space to sit down, hone in, focus on work, there's also lots of opportunities to collaborate and meet. And that's something that's typically not available with smaller offshoring and outsourcing operations, or definitely not with individual contractors. So I hope that this brought some clarity to our main line of business, and that's the line of business that's been responsible for a lot of our explosive growth we saw in 2023 and into 2024. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments below, and I'm looking forward to exploring some more of our offerings in the future. Thanks.